Hi there, Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist T.J. Springer here in the Storm Center with an update on the tropics. We now have Invest 93L in the Atlantic. This is the same storm we've been watching over the last few days. This area of low pressure eventually going to work over the Floridian Peninsula, bringing us more rain likely as we progress through not just our Monday, but into our Tuesday and early Wednesday as well. We are seeing showers and thunderstorms starting to develop, and now that we have this invest by the National Hurricane Center, this is when we can start to run our tropical modeling and little by little watch any sort of development or strengthening as we progress through the next few days and beyond through the remainder of our week. Now, per the National Hurricane Center, we are expecting a slim chance of development, at least right now. And you can see with the steering pattern in the atmosphere, eventually this is going to get lifted up into the south, the southeast, and eventually get pulled back off the eastern seaboard as we progress through the remainder of our upcoming work week. But again, chance of development, not all that impressive. Still low at the moment, but I wouldn't be shocked if we start to see these chances come up a bit further as we step into our Tuesday and our Wednesday. With this area of low pressure, it's going to work into the Gulf with the help of the steering flow in the atmosphere with gradual development on the table. Now, with or without a tropical depression or a tropical storm, we're still going to have, thanks to that deep tropical moisture, flooding rain potentially on tap here at home in Central Florida and really much of the peninsula, much of Central Florida, and much of the region in general. So that's what we'll be watching. We do have a slight risk of flooding as well across much of the area. Now, talking about strengthening, you can see the area in yellow, and in that area, at least in the Gulf, we have water temperatures that are in the mid to upper 80s. So with a good setup in play, that would make for strengthening as we progress through the next few days or so. You really need 82 degrees kind of at a minimum to get the development. We also do have minimal wind shear in play. Now remember, wind shear helps organize things like tornadoes and severe weather, but it also in turn will help destroy tropical systems. Now, you really need around 10 to 20-ish miles per hour or less to kind of get that peak strengthening. There are some pockets of shear that get around 25-ish miles per hour or so. That would be less conducive for tropical development. Either way, it looks like there's minimal shear, so that would lead to that gradual strengthening. Now, with this data, remember, this is a blend that we look at with different tweaks in the atmospheric profile to give us this data. So this is different members that we say in the ensemble that have little tweaks that then get blended together and put out this scenario. And this shows same thing, around a 30% chance of development as we progress through the rest of the week. If it can strengthen enough, it would take the name Dexter, and that is if it becomes a tropical storm. That's the next name on the list. We've had Andrea, Barry, Chantal. If this can become a tropical storm, and there are some outliers that do show that most data is not pinpointing an organized storm at all, which is what we want to see. But because of the warm Gulf water, because of the minimal shear, we will have to monitor this closely. But again, Dexter would be the name that this would get if it can strengthen enough into a storm. Be sure you keep checking in on fox35orlando.com for all of our latest on the tropics, all of our social media accounts, and we'll be with you every step of the way as we progress through the rest of hurricane season.